Hey everyone, happy Friday. Hope everyone has had a great week. Um, Had a pretty good week this week. A little busy, but got a lot of work done for sure. Some podcasting in, lots of work with clients, and yeah, just had a very productive week, which is always a good thing, good feeling at the end of the week to say you had a productive week. Um, Today, I want to talk about something that I've personally been struggling with, and I think everyone struggles with from time to time. But I always think it's impactful to hear things that your coach or coaches that you know of struggle with, because we're humans too, and we all struggle with things. And knowing that everyone goes through a lot of these same problems, it really just puts things in perspective, and that it's not that there's something necessarily wrong with you as the individual. It's something that you're human, right? And it's part of being human. And one of the things that I've been struggling with lately, one of the things I've been working on for oh, I don't know, a long time, several years, is making sure I'm eating enough food. And I've gone through several iterations of trying to consume more calories, where I feel like I'm eating the whole time, and then I decide I get so tired of trying to eat enough food that I just kind of throw my hands up in the air and stop really paying attention to how many calories I eat, and then my weight kind of trickles down, and I start to see some of the effects of under consuming food. My sleep really goes south, and several of my blood markers start to go in the wrong direction, and et cetera, and then I make another effort to go back to eating enough food. And so right now I'm kind of in this place where I've been trying to consume more calories. I'm trying to do it in a very sustainable way, and I'm trying to do it in a way that I adhere to the things that I believe promote optimal health at the same time, right? I believe eating certain types of foods in the whole foods are the best thing for me and everyone, really. And but as someone who needs a lot of food, it's because of my activity level, it's quite challenging, because you feel very full very quickly. Right? I mean, today it's already 2:30. I've only had breakfast, and I just finished working out, and I have probably well over 10,000 steps already I've lifted. Um, and I still have a good portion of the day left. I've only had one meal, and I need to get in, I don't know, at least another 2,200 calories optimally. And it's gonna be a challenge. It's hard to do. It's hard to eat that much, and it is a full-time job. And so I've kind of hit this plateau with how much I can actually, consume eating this way. I feel like in kind of a sustainable manner without really trying to go overboard with it. And I've been trying and trying and trying to find ways to get in more calories. And I've a lot of different creative solutions from different people and coaches and people I respect, etc. But ultimately, right now it's kind of a logistical and a mental battle for me, because I feel like logistically it's going to take more time than I'm willing to give it at the moment, and also mentally I feel like it's going to take me kind of sacrificing some of my beliefs around the types of foods that I consume in order to get the calories in, right? In other words, I'm probably going to have to resort to more processed foods um, to get in the calories. And I'm not sure whether I need to do that or not, right? And I've been trying and trying and trying for several months to just bump this up, and I've kind of decided that I needed to take a break and take a step back, and not necessarily push myself to get into calories, and maybe just look for opportunities where I can at the moment. So, for example, this weekend we're at a barbecue or something like that, and there's some really tasty food around, I might take the opportunity to eat a little bit more food than I normally would, or foods that I wouldn't normally consume. But during my day to day, I'm probably gonna stick where I'm at for now, and I just need to take a mental break from trying to work towards this goal of upping my calories, because frankly, physically and mentally, it's kind of wearing on me a little bit. And physically, I feel very full, and mentally, it's just a battle all the time, and I'm kind of tired of thinking about it. And ultimately, what I'm going to do is not only take a break, but I'm going to go ahead and get some blood work done just to see where my blood markers are. Things that I normally see maybe start to head in the wrong direction, like my testosterone or my thyroid, etc. If those still, maybe they look okay with the amount of food and activity I'm at right now, and in which case I don't need to eat any more food. I'm fine where I'm at, right? I feel full. I feel my performance is pretty good. You know, I, I have no other complaints other than I'm spending a lot of time thinking about trying to eat more food and consume more. So maybe I don't need to. And it's been a few months since I've gotten any blood work done. So, and I've made a lot of progress since then. So I'm just gonna go back and check in, right? And for now, I'm just gonna take a pause on what I'm trying to do, my goal, and I'm gonna take a step back and check in with myself and look at some other markers. And once I get those results, then I'll make a decision on what I want to do and how I want to move forward. And in the meantime, it gives me some perspective, gives me some time to think on it. And I think this can be applied to whatever your goal is. Maybe your goal is the opposite of mine. Your goal is to not eat as much. Maybe your goal is to meditate more. Maybe your goal is to be a better parent. Maybe your goal is to dominate some project at work and really knock it out of the park, right? And oftentimes we get in this habit of like, if it's not going well, we're going to try harder. I'm going to keep on going. I'm going to push myself harder. I'm going to lift more weights. I'm going to work out more. I'm going to eat less. I'm going to stay up late at night so I can get some more work in. And I'm going to keep on, or I'm going to, instead if meditating once a day doesn't work, I'm going to meditate 3 times a day, right? And ultimately, trying harder, it might not bring you the results that you're looking for, right? And at the end of the day, it ends up in frustration, and you're expending more energy, and you lead to burnout, and then you're kind of the wheels fall off and you're back to square one. So I think that it behooves everyone, no matter what their goal is, when they get to a place where they're kind of stuck, they're frustrated, they might not be seeing the progress they want to see, it might be time to take a step back, reevaluate, what you're doing, your approach has been. Maybe there's things that you're missing, right? So maybe, you need to think less about food and more about your sleep and more about your activity and more about other things, just going for a walk every day. That might make progress in your weight loss goal. Or instead of meditating more, maybe you just need to take more breaks throughout the day to ease some stress. Maybe you need to read a little bit. Maybe you can, stop whatever you're doing and just read a book, right? If you want to have more stress. If you're a parent and you're trying to connect better with your kids, maybe the answer isn't, forcing, father-daughter, father-son, mother-daughter, mother-son activities on them. Maybe it's just taking a step back and letting them approach you with something that they want to do together, and kind of putting it in their hands, right? So what I'm trying to say is basically our instincts are always to try harder, or to think that we're not trying we could be doing more than we already are doing. And sometimes we're already doing everything we possibly can, and it takes time to come to a conclusion, to come to settle with that thought. It also takes time. Like, I think when you're frustrated and you think you're not making progress, it's time to do some type of assessment and see where you're at, right? For me, it's going to be getting my blood drawn and looking at the test results and seeing maybe I'm actually okay. Maybe I don't really need to eat more food, and I have all this pressure to eat more food, and I don't really need to. For you, maybe it's, maybe the scale's not moving, but you put on that pair of pants that's always tight, and oh wow, actually these fit really well. Or if you're trying to gain muscle, maybe it's time to do a deload week and then have a week of assessments where you try and see what your pre-rep deadlift is or squat is or whatever the case might be you're trying to build up to. Basically what I'm saying is, take a break. Don't necessarily go off the wagon and stop doing what you're doing, but maybe it's time to just take a step back and take a break and take your mind off things and see how you can check in with the progress that you've made so far, and then take some time to reevaluate how you want to move forward. Think about it. Put some serious thought into it. Come up with a plan. Talk to your coach. Talk to the people that you confide in, and see maybe there's other things that you might be missing that they can find just by being kind of detached from the situation. So that's kind of the message I want to have today. And again, everyone struggles with something, including your coaches. So if you have any comments or thoughts on this topic, I'd love to hear them. I think it's like I said, something that we all kind of struggle with at times, and I'd love to help out. So leave your comments below, or you can feel free to direct message me here on Facebook or Instagram. I'm always happy to chat. As always, if you want to get all of my content delivered to you in your inbox on a weekly basis, you can head over to my website at rjbhealth.coach, enter your email address, and I will send you a couple emails a week with all my content. Promise it's full of nice actionable information that you can actually use every week to get to your goals. So again, that's my website, rjbhealth.coach, and there's a newsletter link at the top. Click that, enter your email address, you're good to go. If you are interested in any kind of coaching, I still have a wait list going. So again, you can head to my website, and in the front page there's a scheduled discovery call. Click that link, fill out the form, and put your name on the list. Or as always, just shoot me a message, direct message me. I'm always happy to chat. I'll help you out. I've had several people take me up on that over the past few weeks, which is super cool. But yeah, I hope you all have a great weekend. If you're in the States, have a nice Memorial Day weekend, and I will talk to you all next week.